Hello Forensicators, and welcome to the Magnet Virtual Summit 2026 CTF. In this video, we are going to do a walkthrough for the macOS questions. This stuff always looks easy when you have the answers, but my objective is to learn about the artifacts in Mac Forensics. The main tools used for this section are Axiom, MacAPT, Unified Log Iterator, and Mushy. Let's go! Question 1. Salt and pepper. What is the password hashing algorithm for the Alex Mori user? Alright, let's start by looking at the passwords and tokens artifacts from the Axiom output. And looks like the source is in private var db /ds local nodes default users alexmori.plist. So once we bring that up, and if we take a look here, we see that the hashing algorithm is salted SHA-512-PBKDF2. Question 2. Pedal to the metadata. What is the name of the racing game the user installed? Alright, so for anything to do with apps installed, I would go to the application usage and then installed application section. Here I see 480 entries, but let's click on the filter for the package names column, and then advanced, and then exclude out any com.apple entries. Now we only have 135, and pretty much immediately I see the name of Asphalt, so I give that a try, which is not correct. Puzzled, I scroll down a little bit to see if there is another racing game, which there wasn't. So I typed in Asphalt into the filter box, and then I saw the icon of the game, which is named Asphalt Legends. Question 3. Running on Fumes. What is the lowest battery level the device reached? Alright, so again, I look in Axiom under Operating System, and then there's something called Power Log Battery Level. And then I go ahead and sort on this first column, and we get 39.0. Question 4. Busy day. How many tasks did the user have on 2025-12-10? So I thought there would be a list of tasks under email and calendar, but no such luck. So I filtered for the word task. And then looking at the document section, I see under Apple Notes, there is a doc named Tasks for Today. And looking at that particular document, we can count that there are 4 items. Question 5. Hey Siri, at what time did the user last access a URL using Siri in UTC? Alright, so for this one, once again, in Axiom, it's pretty straightforward. You go to Operating System, and then Siri Biome App Intents. And then here we have a few queries, and if we look at the last thing, there is a Siri request for x.com, and the date is 2025-10, 1853-49. Question 6. Identity crisis. What is the IMEI of the connected iPhone? Alright, so I cheated with this one. The easy way is to just look at the IMEI on the iPhone 14 itself. Right, but apparently the proper way to do this is to look at the file in the user's library application support folder. Underneath the com.apple.akd folder, there is a device list.db. And under the device list table, we can scroll over to the additional info column. And here we have the IMEI. 3519-0651-5098-518. Question 7. Welcome to ISS. What day did Alex become eligible to work at ISS? Well, this sounds like something that would have been communicated via an email or in some kind of document. So I looked at Google emails, and there is a welcome email on 12/1 of 2025. So that's my answer, 2025-12-01. Question 8. Sneaky Logs. What version of Python did the user have installed? So basically just did a search on the word Python, And then one of the things that come up is this right here. And if you just look at here, the version plist, you'll have the answer of 3.9.6. Question 9, Blues Clues. What is the Bluetooth address of Alex's iPhone? You would think that the file we looked at before in question 6 for the IMEI of Alex's phone would have the answer, but no, it does not. So I know that there is some kind of pairing file, but I don't remember the exact name or path. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and filter for paired.db. And once the answer comes up, we can click into the file, which is under library Bluetooth, com.apple.mobile bluetooth.le devices paired.db. And then if we look at the paired devices table, we can see that the iPhone has a MAC address of 04BC6D D2 Question 10, Shell Shocked. What is the UUID of the Z-Shell terminal session restored on 2025-11-20? Okay, so this one I should figure out pretty easily, as that's a command line related question. So I look into the file system, and in the users .zshell folder, there's only a few files in there. And so if we take a look at the name of the .sessions file, it actually has the same date stamp. And so the answer is 68DC2 blah blah blah, ending in 903A. Question 11, Leased and Found. What's the MAC address of the router that the user was leased on 2025-12-24 at 948.49? So for this one, I know from experience that it is pretty easily found using Mac APT. So I looked at my Mac APT output, and then look at the table for network DHCPs. And then from there, I can look at the router address for that timestamp, and we get C40415-8B-A5-8F. Question 12, Almost Done. How many seconds did it take from the system to totally install a third-party cloud storage app? So if we look at all the installed tools, once again, we can filter out for the non-Apple ones. I can see that Daft Cloud and Google Drive. These look like the only two cloud storage apps. So for this one, I know there's an install log. So I know it's under var log and then install log. And so once we jump into here, kind of scan down a little bit, and then I can do a search for Google Drive, and then continue to scan. And we can see that it took 10.32 seconds for the total install time. Question 13, Back to the backup. What was the logical size of the second most recent backup? So I'm going to go into the file system view in Axiom, and then from there search for backup and look for plists. So I do find a bunch of plists. And then looking at all of these three entries here, looks like the second most recent is dated 11/26. But if I actually look at the data within the 11/26 folder, it looks like it only records the prior session, which is 11/20. So that's not right. So I'm going to go into the 12/12 folder and look at that particular entry, and it does list out the info for 11/26. And so the logical size listed out here is 750-683-7257. Question 14, Cloudy with a chance of data. What was the value associated with the most recent iCloud operation? All right, so I don't understand this one at all, but this is the solution that I was shown. So basically, you want to go to the user's library, caches, com.apple.cloud telemetry folder, and then underneath there is XPC service, and then com.apple.cloud D, event cache, and then the cache DB. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the cache DB database, and then select the client ID table. And so there's only one operation type of event. And then associated with that is a value, which starts with 5273 and ends with 490A. Question 15, Checkmate. How many total knight moves were played? All right, so in the artifacts view, I searched for chess. And then what I did find is iCloud document named I am terrible at chess.game. So if I look underneath here, under section 17, these look like chess moves for the game. So what I did is I copy and pasted those into the analysis tool for chess.com, which actually plays the sequences back. And so as I'm watching this movie, I'm basically just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So a total of 6 moves made by knights on this game. Question 16, Xtra Secure. What is the exec CD hash of the event that occurred on 2025-12 at 9:23:52 p.m.? Well, so I started by looking at the event log from the output of Mac APT, looking at the FS events table. The source mod date doesn't have anything at 9:23 p.m. So that's a dead end. And then I looked at the Unify logs, and those events only go back as far as 12:22. So that's not useful. So then I was pointed to look at the xprotect SQLite database in private var protected /xprotect db. So this is primarily the part of the system's malware detection and protection framework. It contains security information that helps protect the system from potential harmful software. And basically from here, we can see that at the time of 9:23:52, there's only one event, and the exec CD hash associated with that event is B399 blah 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 48D7. Question 17, absolutely caffeinated. At what time did the user join the network of a cafe on the first day of the month? So again, I look at the var logs because I know there's a Wi-Fi log in there, but unfortunately that only goes back to December 14th. So that's not helpful because I'm guessing that this is something that happened on December 1st. So then I search for Wi-Fi, and in the user's library preferences folder, the Wi-Fi agent plist shows a bunch of networks, and it looks like Panera was definitely one of the networks joined. So I looked around for Panera in the other logs and got nothing. After a while, I was enlightened to the fact that there is a file in the biome which lists out which Wi-Fi networks were joined and lists out the time. And that's under the user's library biome streams restricted device.wireless.wifi/local. And since this is a segb file, I exported it out, and then I dumped it into Mushy, and then it basically showed me that there are networks connected. There's Panera, and then there's also something called Uncommon Qberry Guest. And I had to actually look that up, and apparently it is the Uncommon Ground coffee shop, which is in Burlington, Vermont, and all over the country. And I can definitely see the events on December 1st, which is what I'm thinking. And so there's only 3 timestamps here. So, you know, if I guessed at all 3, eventually one of them would have hit. But apparently you can confirm that even by looking at another biome folder. And this time it's under private var db biome streams restricted _dk event.app.infocus/local. Once again, it's a segb file, so I'm going to export it out and then look at it with Mushy again. And then if I go back to the times of interest on 12:01 on December 1st, and I can see that around 2045, this entry here, it tells us that the captive network assistant app came into focus. So then makes sense because that's when the user had to accept the terms of the network for the captive network. So the answer is 2045. All right, so those are my methods for solving the macOS portion for these 2026 Magnet CTF. And again, there are many ways of getting the answers. These methods work for me. If you have a different or better way, leave a comment below and share. If you are interested in Capture the Flag walkthroughs, I'm sure you will like this video here. Make sure you click on the blue monkey to subscribe. Thanks for your time and happy hunting.